Good evening. This is the Lion of Legend, and welcome to Lucid Dreaming. Another busy day. Working, studying, socializing. Even just dealing with a head full of thoughts was tiring. But as you finally drift off to sleep, your body relaxes. For even just a few minutes, you'll be able to get away from it all. And you'll get to see him. You blink open your weary eyes to focus on a familiar sight. Oh, hello again. He greets with his usual soft smile. Each visit was the same. Birds will be chirping, the leaves rustling, and a soft breeze brushing against your face. Beneath you, a comfortable wooden bench. Of course, there would also be a figure sat across from you, his hand busy as usual against a large canvas. It was an odd reoccurring dream. Some details would change, of course, like his outfit and the time of day. Or the type of trees that blanketed you both. Odd, but definitely not an unpleasant scene to return to on the occasional night. He calls out once more, gently bursting the bubble of your trance. It's been a while, hasn't it? Have you not been sleeping well? Okay, well, I can't save. Go from top to bottom. I've been sleeping okay. Ah, is that so? He hums in thought. It felt like a long time. Perhaps I've just been missing you. Laughing a little bashfully at his own words, he quickly averts his gaze back to the canvas. Anyway, shall we get started with the usual? Dreams are rather brief, after all. Why the rush? After a couple of blinks of surprise, he laughs softly. I suppose you're right. He'll eventually fall asleep again, and we'll be able to chat as usual. Still, no one's fond of letting a good time end, right? Though, if I'm being completely honest, his eyes leave yours, gazing at the canvas instead. I'm a little jealous, actually. My siblings all get to spend far more time with you than I can. I'm also the most forgettable of the lot. He lets out a half-mournful exhale before some kind of realization seems to spark on his face. But I suppose that's what I trade in for always being the first to see you. He adds on hastily with a strange chuckle. Anyway, if time is short, I'd much rather make the most of it than complain your ear off. A breathy laugh that sounds more like a sigh parts from him as he glances at you with an apologetic pinch in his brow. What's your name? The corners of his lips twitch. Is something embarrassing? No, that's not it. Even from where you're sitting, you can tell he's gotten distracted from painting, instead finding more interest in fiddling with his fingers. Since every time we meet you would forget my name, I figured that maybe something shorter would be more memorable. Lulu seemed to amuse you well enough. Lulu? We went through a couple choices, he says, clearing his throat. Some of them weren't exactly names per se, no matter how much you would argue for wife technically counting. Somewhat self-conscious about your lack of response here, he peers over to squint at you. What are you giggling about over there? What was that? Wife? You must have heard wrong, he squeaks, almost dropping his brush. Now please, sit still. Come on, I can't draw you if you're moving around, he complains, a laugh of his own pushing its way up his chest. So why are you drawing me anyway? Well, people often forget their dreams, right? Especially if they have exciting mornings, or wake up with loads of other thoughts in mind, he says, but the usual chirp in his voice is muted. With a shaky breath, he bites his quivering lip as though to encourage a smile the same way someone would smack an old, malfunctioning TV to make it play as it's supposed to. I'd rather not forget you so. Trailing off, he shifts to hide his expression behind the canvas. Birds chirping, rustling leaves, a soft breeze. The comfortable wooden bench beneath you. A figure sat across from you, his hand motionless against the canvas. It'll be hard to draw someone when you're not looking at them. He pouts as he peeks out from hiding, not a very intimidating glare. It melts rather quickly when he notices your amused shaking once more, a poor attempt at hiding your bubbling amusement. But this time, he doesn't make a comment on your laughter, simply smiling behind the canvas. Alright, we're going to try some other options here. It's been a struggle to sleep. His brow furrows a little as he glances at you in concern. I'm sorry to hear that. There's not much I can do, but hopefully hanging out here can help you relax a little, even if we don't have extensive time here. Can't I stay longer? After a couple of blinks of surprise, he laughs softly. As touched as I am, this is just the way things are right now. Though, alright, we're gonna skip ahead. Can I see the painting? He jumps at your little request, as if that was the last thing he would expect the person he's drawing to ask. Clearing his throat with a nervous giggle, he answers, As much as I'd like to, it would feel improper to show you an unfinished piece. Actually, I wasn't planning on sleeping yet. Oh? His eyes widen in surprise as he watches awareness begin to paint your features. That's not good. Bonk. It seems that your phone fell on your face and you awoke from your dream? At least, you think you were probably dreaming. Rubbing your sore nose and wincing at the bright lights of your lock screen which seemed to have awoken with you, your mind was preoccupied in the world of the conscious. Sorry, it's cute. This is in regards to Lulu. Sputtering over his words, he seems to quickly give up on coming up with any kind of rebuttal. Instead, he turns his exasperated gaze to you. Oh right, well, that was lucid dreaming. That was a very nice and peaceful visual novel, if you will. Can't say I've had a dream like this before. Not really sure if I've ever had a lucid dream, honestly. I don't think I have. Oh well, maybe one day. This was, of course, another entry to the 02A2 2024 Visual Novel Jam. I say, of course, another entry because I've been going through a lot of them recently, I feel like, which is kind of funny I say that because I've realized that some of my older posts on this channel actually used games from this Visual Novel Jam, and now I'm really starting to dive deeper into it. So I'm going to have to make sure that I dive into more visual novel jams, clearly, because there are some gems out there that I do believe deserve attention. That all being said, if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and leave it a like, leave a comment, share the video, perhaps even subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next video. So have a good night.